And welcome back to Mimas with me, 54Bear. Not exactly complete idiot's guide, but somewhere complete idiot guide adjacent, I guess. Right, I haven't done anything since the last one other than pop into beta to have a quick look at the new brutal start conditions, which look like they could be a lot of fun, certainly some interesting early game challenges. Obviously it's a first pass through, it's on beta, there's going to be changes, there always are to these kind of things. Right, I shall just hang around out here till this thing, actually no I won't because it will take a while. I printed up, or I smelted up, some nickel, which is kind of unusual for me. Reason being, I want to get the portable hydroponics tray. Portable hydroponics, there we go. And that actually requires nickel. It's one of the very few things in the game that does. The reason being is I've got the mushrooms here, but they're getting a bit of light stress.
Power critical.
I did try blocking off these windows, but it still gets morning sunlight from there. So what I'm going to do is really follow on from what I did in the previous, or in my last Mimas game. I'm going to put the portable hydroponics down here and just have that grow the mushrooms. That'll work fine. So now I'll go something like that. And I need a battery. Yeah. So yeah, let's see if I can get this reorganized a little better. Get round. Well, doesn't have to be level, but God, I wish there was a precision place for these things, or you could move them by running into them. Oh, a little more. Yeah, that'll do. So I do have, I think I have a starting water bottle. If not, I can easily make one. But I do need to get a bottle filler. So why don't I get that done as well? So that's... Actually, I should check and see what I do have in the starting crates. I've actually forgotten. So it's entirely possible I have some. Oh no, they're gas ones. All right, yeah, that's all the supplies I have. Everything else has been used or utilized at some level. Okay, I actually check this. Yeah, still draining. All right, so I shall want some utility for liquid. Just one of them. And that way, once I get the mushrooms out of there, then I can get the grow light set up and I can actually start growing the soybeans. Right, what else am I going to need? Water bottle. Just enough. I thought I had more water pipes than that. I do. Oh crap, I had a utility anyway. And I had a liquid canister. Repeat after me. Bear is a donut. Okay. Alright, let's just get this sorted out fairly quickly. Do the pipe first. That's the easy way. Not certain what happens if I just put a bottle on there. We'll find out. Okay. One litre. Yeah, it's probably okay. I mean, in the last Mimas Start, I put the liquid bottle in which had 11 litres, and after a year of in-game time, it was still more than half full. So 1 litre will probably last an extensive period of time. Okay, so I'm going to want a couple of walls. One there. It would really help if I could remember which way the buttons went. And like that. I may have iron sheets outside, but I'll just print up some more. I've got plenty of iron after all. Okay, and to give it a bit more shelter, let's say, I am going to relocate this, because this is not where I want it to be. So I could have it either way round. If I have it set like that, that's fine, I think. Yeah. So the mushrooms that grow in there should be sheltered pretty much all the time. I believe this thing does cast a shadow, and I believe it. The game monitors it, but not certain if I want it this way around or the other way. Let's see. Oh, I could put it right there. Gets me a little bit more space, but I don't like it being super cramped like that. If I was going to do that, I would probably put it this way around. Yeah, okay, I like that. That's a nice little nook for the mushrooms to grow, and everything else can live in here, or it would do if I could pick up the boxes. Right.
Hydration critical.
Oh, lovely. Well, we're inside. Okay, and let's see. I think this will get to seeding. I will get it to seed, and then I shall immediately plant the mushrooms over here. It won't grow the soybeans just yet. By themselves, they're not very nutritious. I think you're just as well off eating mushrooms. So I'll probably be living on mushroom soup for the foreseeable future. Right, I'm going to get rid of that. And if I join this wire here, that now will provide power from this big battery to the APC and the small battery charger there. And yeah, I think that battery charger needs to move as well. I think we'll put it up there, and we'll tidy up the wiring as we're here. It just needs to be a straight. We'll go like that. Alrighty. Let's put that in there and get this puppy charged up. Right, so I do want to get a computer and the IC code, or sorry, the IC housing and stuff. That will probably live, or the computer will probably live here. IC code, IC housing probably behind it. It'll leave a space here for my override switch, and yeah, then I need to get some sensors in here for temperature. See, it's currently 18 degrees, but it will warm up. I have no
Hunger caution.
I have no cooling going on in the base at the moment anyway. Right, I'm not even going to open the eggs. Right, that should be okay. I did get the plant analyzer thing printed up. Actually, for that, I'll just leave it in there for now. Yeah, so I may well put a water radiator, a water regulator, to fill that tank up. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be an issue. The amount of water that's in there, that will probably last a couple of in-game months, by which time I'll have better things in place. Now, I do want to get the IC code or the IC chip in place so that I can actually run the Sterling remotely. But to do that, I'm going to need some resources that I think I don't have. I'm going to need, I think it's solder and probably electrum. So for the IC housing, just solder, which I don't have at the moment. And for the chip itself, I need electrum and solder. So I'm going to have to do both of those. And I think I have enough stuff for those. This I will probably relocate to the airlock out there, just to make certain that that always works. But I will probably need more cable. So close and lock, very important to get that the right way around.
Power low.
And we'll swap out the battery. Yeah, so at some point I'll I'll get this APC wired up. Maybe I'll put it like that, and yeah, I'll deal with that later. It's not important right now, although I will fire up. I say it's not important. I have no power. And there's no point firing this up because or will it? Actually, yes, it will. If I fire this up, it puts power into the red line, which is everything, and that should power that as well. So get that going. No, it doesn't produce enough. Okay. Plan B. We'll get the APC sorted out sooner rather than later, I guess. Right, so I'm going to want to get power from there. I'm not altogether happy with that bit of wiring, so Right, that will get power into that bit. And yeah, this line I need to leave so that that can see it. So this is just going to be an alternative way to power the doors.
Power low.
Okay, so that should be okay. So this should get power from the main network, which is probably totally bereft of power at the moment because this thing's not running. Alrighty, so up to 7 kilowatts, temperature's rapidly climbing. I'll get it up to at least 2 bars before I leave here, and then I'll just shut it off for now. Because I could leave it running, but as I have mentioned before, this room gets pretty toasty pretty quickly. It's already up to 15 degrees Celsius, and it's just going to continue to climb. And once it gets above, I think it's 40 degrees Celsius, then the environment efficiency starts dropping. Of course, I can't point at it, but yeah. So, I mean, I could just leave it running, and it would eventually charge the battery up, but you don't get as much bang for your buck out of the hot gas when it's being operated in a hot room. There we go, 100 degrees Celsius. All right, that'll do for now.
Power critical.
Yeah, and the temperature will plummet in that room as well. It drops really fast with the radiators I have on it. Still needs more. I plan on expanding out this way. I'll add a couple more of these radiators here, and maybe even more. Going to go a little bit silly on that because it's free cooling. And I'm out of power. Right, let's get myself a big battery. Alrighty. I've already forgotten what I was going to do. Oh yes, solder and electrum. So let's see, what do I have in the mining belts? Oh. Nothing that's going to help me. Alright, so let's get one full stack there. One full stack of iron. One of gold. There we go. Oh, of course, this is not getting power anymore. Yeah, I was wrong. It's not currently hooked up to the base network because I disconnected it there. Okay. So it needs to be connected to each other. Right, I didn't like that one there. Just go straight, and I'll do it down the middle. Actually, I'll do it here. All right, that should fix it. Don't think I burnt out a cable there, did I? Oh, the door is still powered. Yeah, I may actually have created a short there. This is the power from the big battery going into the APC, and then it comes out of the APC into the same network. So I should probably not have it connected there. But it's still not picking up any charge. And it should do. Okay, what have I done wrong here? Oh yeah, that it did burn out. It's so annoying that you can't get at these cables. And of course,
Hunger critical.
won't let me do anything because alright, let's close that. Can I get at it this way? Or am I gonna have to pull that wall off? Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull the wall off. Oh, bloody annoying. Oh, good God. Oh, wrong. There we go. Right, now it's picking up charge. Well, at least this way it'll match now. They'll both be walls on the inside. And I'll be able to see the wiring. Okay, so yeah, that kind of takes care of that. We have the rest of those. And I will take care of the eating thing before I do the smelting. And there's all drink as I'm in here. Okay, everything turned off, good. Back to the smelting operation. Right.
Waste tank caution.
Oh, that'll be fine for now. Right, I want to get electrum. So yeah, pretty much any temperature, just pressure below 2.4. So we should be able to do that just with our waste gas. So let's put that in. There we go. Easy peasy. And we'll just throw in our lead and iron for solder. And with any luck, won't have to do too much with this either. There we go. Ooh, damaged by an overpressure event. Welding, torch and 2 plastic sheets required to repair. Yikes. Okay. Let's get that repaired then. Wonder how that could have been overpressured. Oh yeah, I guess I was running the furnace at a bit of the extreme edge. It's probably been like that for a while, I just didn't notice. Alright, so we have our electrum and solder. You know what, let's chuck them in there. So I'm going to want to get the housing. I need some steel. And it's in there. Right, so just one of them. And then I can close off. Alright, the other thing I'm going to need is the chip. I need the computer. I'd prefer to have the laptop, but until I get the tier 2 electronics printer, you don't get a laptop option. That's the housing, that's the chip. We'll do the computer and then the IC motherboard. Right, so that will live there. That will live in there. I'm not going to change any of the wiring while things are printing. I don't know, maybe it's just because I spend so much time waiting for things to print and figuring out what I should be talking about. It seems that the stuff generally is taking longer to make these days. Right, so what we will do is I will put that slap bang in front of it, like so. Put that in there. Get that built up. So, yeah, it should be nice and compact. I can get at everything, and I should have enough cable. That needs to go that way, like so. Alright, so with this network going out through there and into there, this computer and the IC housing will be able to see the Stirling generator. So for those who don't like watching people IC coding, you may want to fast forward a few minutes. This won't take long. Should not take long. Right, I will put the game, actually before I even do that, let's cancel this, open up that, click on edit, then pause. When you hit that pause button up there, it stops the game, so you're not using up any in-game time for anything. So I'm going to want to know the hash of the Stirling engine, which is that one there. So define Stirlings with that number. Define batteries. Let's see, we want the station battery. Okay. Right, so there's those two. Obviously, I'm going to go pinless with this. You find the max charge 0.5. Main charge 0.1. So we'll have the Stirlings kick on when the battery charge drops below 10%, and it will cut off when it hits. Actually, we won't even get it up to 0.5. We'll just do 0.4 until I get the cooling sorted out on that Stirling room. I don't want to overtax it. What else am I going to need? Oh yeah, I need a register. We'll call it device status, and we'll put that into R10. Because there are two things you need to know in order for a Schmidt trigger to work: whether the device is actually working and what the limit is, or the trigger point. And we'll set that as another variable. Okay, so we will start, immediately yield, I could spell. Okay, so we will, first thing we want to know is what the charge of the battery is. Because we're doing pinless, we use the batch commands. So load batch, we'll put it into R0 because it doesn't matter. Device hash is bats. Logic type is ratio. Ratio returns a number between 0 and 1, 1 being 100%. And we'll do average because we may be adding more batteries. So that will tell us what the ratio is. So then we want to load in the, to find out whether the Stirling generator is on or not. So again, load batch. This time it's into device status. We want to get that from sterlings. I used plural there because I may quite conceivably add additional sterling generators to it. You don't have to. Logic type will be on, and again we'll go average. So I've got two things now. In R0 I've got the battery charge, and in the register called device status I know whether the sterlings are turned on or not. So then we select into let's put it into our actually no, it's not that, it's trigger. So if the sterlings are turned on, so we're testing device status. If device status is on, i.e. a 1, we want to use the maximum charge. Otherwise, use minimum charge. Then we will set greater than device status trigger R0. So have I got that the right way around? So set the device status to 1 if yeah, I think that's right. And then set batch sterlings on status. Jump start should be done. And just for so I know what we're looking at, that's just going to store whatever the charge level is, so I can actually look at it for debugging. So we'll export that to the housing. There are no pins to set. So you see, I don't know if you noticed, but the sterlings have turned on and the battery charge is going up. Once it hits 40%, then the sterlings should turn off. I don't need that open any longer. Now I could put this up on an LED display. I may do that later, but for the moment this is fine. And if anyone is interested in seeing how to do the same thing using logic chips rather than IC code, I do have 1 or 2 videos done some while ago. I'm probably a little bit better at explaining things now, with like having gone through it a few times. But anyway, if you would like to see me do that here, like turn this off and do it just with logic chips, I'll just leave a comment in the, or leave a request in the comments, and I will do something. Right, so we're getting close to the 40%, and the sterlings have turned off. So yep, code is working as intended. So obviously something is seriously wrong. It worked first time. I either know what I'm doing, or I just got lucky, or maybe a little of both. All right, so that gives us, or takes away one worry of like having to go in there, turn the sterlings on and off to keep the battery charged up. The temperature in here is 19. That is going to need to get modified, or managed, excuse me, at some point. I'm going to need a whole bunch more regular pipes. I'm going to need a digital valve, and I think the digital valve needs one of the advanced alloys. Let's see. Digital valve. Yeah, it needs Invar. So I'm going to have to make some Invar. And while I'm about it, I may as well make Constantan and see if I can explode things. Yeah, I also want to get the big radiators, and I'm fairly certain, yeah, the only radiators I can get are the small pipe ones until I upgrade the printers, and for the mods I'm fairly certain they need Invar and Constantan. Oops. Oh, just Constantan. Alright, so I'm going to have to make a bunch of Invar and Constantan anyway. So why don't we get going with that? So it's growing poorly towards seeding. See, this is it gets that bit of sunlight there, and I think that's enough to mess it up. That's why I want to, or will, move the mushrooms into their dark corner. Also, I want to get the tool printer. Let's see. I should be able to do that now. It just needs copper. Yeah, let's get that done. Oh, it wasn't enough. You know, you get so used to the idea of all the ingots laying around being 50s, it kind of surprises you, or surprises me on occasion when they're not. Right, so food and drink we're okay for. That can live in there. And let's go do some more smelterizations. I'll carry the spare with me just in case. Right, so... Oh, I'm going to need iron. I will have to go and do a little bit of mining. Okay, I think my power situation needs to be addressed though. How much we got in there? Oh, it should be charging up a little bit faster than that. Oh. There we go. Seem to be having quite a few senior moments today. Right, well, let's just put that one in there. Get that one stored up. That's good enough for a spare. Yeah, we just need to get a little bit of iron, like a couple of stacks, I think. Not going to be a major mining run. Well, I might still get lost. Right, so I have, oh yeah, I'll need iron and copper. So, alrighty. So let's get some stuff pre-gassed. Okay, ingots. I think I want to do the Invar first, because that's the one that's a little harder to do. And I don't have an awful lot of volatiles. But I do need a narrow pressure, but I'm going to want to empty this first, I think. There's liquid in the pipe. Uh-oh, that's not good. No, not much, so... I mean, liquid shouldn't be existing at that temperatures. Alright, so let's get all the iron in one place. I need to create a bit of space in my inventory. Well, yeah, it's safer to actually throw things than put them down. Alright, that'll do. So we will go, I think we'll take half of this. And 6 of that. So we want iron and nickel. Pick up a couple of nickel. Make certain the stacks are 50. Right, so we're over pressure and also over temperature. Well, that's okay. We'll vent out a little. I'll give it another iron. I'll give it another nickel as well. I'll keep the pressure up, but it will cool it down a little, at least in theory. Alright, so we are a little hot and a little over. So let's vent just a bit more. So when the temperature drops, the pressure should be okay, but maybe I need to add a little bit of cold or cooler. Very close. And a bit more slightly cooler. Very, very close now. And green light. There we go. 300 invar. Now, next we want to do some Constantan. Constantan's a little easier. Anything over 1000 Kelvin and anything over 20 megapascals. So that is copper and nickel. So do I have three? Yeah, I do. 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's 100 copper, 150. Don't think I have any more. Oh yeah, I do. I have some. Not quite enough. No, that's fine. Alright, so there's me 150 copper. So temperature's good. I think we'll be okay just by dropping these in here.
Power low.
There we go. Easy peasy. So that's all of those. We'll vent everything immediately because it is nice and toasty hot. So 20 megapascals at 870 odd degrees. I could throw a little volatile in there and the nitrous and the oxygen would burn and get it a little bit hotter, but you know, for now that's fine. I don't want when I'm dealing with the single tank thing, I don't want the waste tank to get super heated because then you can't use it for cooling. And you know, there are occasions, especially when you're making these alloys in this furnace, that you want to be able to cool it down a little bit more than, you know, just having the furnace kind of radiating by itself. Okay, so I think we are okay. Let's put that in there. Power-wise, I'm okay. Yeah, let's get the mods built. We'll get that done. That done. So first, the only mod we can build at the beginning is the electronics one. Need steel. How am I doing for steel? Oh, I am out of steel. I have 17. Okay, we're not quite done with the smelting. And of course I just burned through most of my iron. And I only have 48 of that, so let's see. Easy math. Well, let's close all of these off so I don't confuse myself. So we want that to be a half stack or 25. So split half. There we go. And then we just want half of this stack. Split one. Right. So that'll give us our 3-to-1 mix. Is that going to heat up enough? I think it will. I think it has to get up to 900. You know what, I'm just going to throw in some where's the sun? Where is the sun? Alright, so as long as we're in the shade of the sun, we'll be okay.
Hydration critical.
Another couple. No, cooling down. Oh, I see. We got too much volatiles in there now. All right, that's easy enough to deal with. Whee! There we go. We'll start pumping that out. Alright, so steel will be a little shy. We won't be able to do all of them. Well, that's okay. And there's our seeds. Right, that will take a few moments. Battery's 18, we're okay there. I'll let that continue to drain. No, I'm not going to connect this till this is done. Screwdriver. Okay, so our first upgrade is done. So I need to print out the others, but in order to do so I'm going to need to get some more steel, and to do that I'm going to have to do some more mining or repurpose some of these ingots, which I really don't feel like doing. So join me next time. We will get or probably in the meantime I shall go do some mining. I shall get the other tool makers or the printers upgraded, and we'll be moving onwards. I need to get the cooling in here sorted. The temperature is now up to 25. A quick way of cooling it down, because I'm only dealing with 48 kPa of pressure, I could just dump some more oxide. Now I may do that. Early game, it's quite a valid way of keeping a base cool. But you can only do it while the pressure is low. If you are 130 kPa and you start throwing down lots of oxide, you could start blowing out windows, and in which case all your pressure and temperature woes go out the window because you're now back in a vacuum. Anyway, that's all for the future. Join me next time if you will. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I'll catch you in the next one. 54 Bear out.